the actual length of tape minus the nominal length. Okay, the discrepancy is normally measured to be distributed uniformly throughout the tape and is directly proportional to the fractional segment of the tape used. Okay. For the total corrections, which is denoted as CL, is equal to correction multiplied by measured length divided by the nominal length of the tape. Okay, usually sa nominal length, it's either 50, 30 meters, ano siya, mga standard. Or kung naggamit mo 5 meters, since I'm sure most of you wala mo kagamit ng 50 kay naraman mo sa inyong mga balay-balay, no? Wala may available siguro diya sa inyong lugar og mga 30 or 50 meters. Doon to lang sa mga inyong mga barangay, no? Kung pwede. So the total correction to be applied, CL is total correction to be applied to the measured length or length to be laid out. Then the CL is the corrected length of line to be measured or laid out, and ML is the measured length or length to be laid out, and the NL is the nominal length of tape. Okay, so very basic lang itong mga formula, no? More on direct substitution lang. Okay. For example, corrections due to incorrect length of tape example. Can you read number 1, Mr. Edison? Problem number 1, Edison.
Kaya lang sir, kaya ako sa okay, sir. The length of line AB measured with a 50-meter tape is 465.8285 meter. When the tape is compared with a standardized tape which was found to be 0.016 meter too long, in almost the same conditions of support, tension, and temperature that existed during the measurement of the line, determine the correct length of AB.
Okay. Wait lang. Saan na to? Nawala. Okay. Okay, so the length is to be measured of line AB measured with a 50 meters tape. So measured siya, and the tape is defined as too long. So determine the correct length of AB. Okay, asa itong akong paint. Okay. So given is ang NL. So what is the nominal length?
50 meters, sir.
50 meters. Palisad magsulat sa paint. Na ba may line apps na pwede magsulat? Then the measured length is
465.285 meters, sir.
okay. 465. .285. Then the specified po ang correction, no, which is equal to
0.016, sir.
okay. In meters. Make sure na pare-paras ang inyong mga units, ha. Usually mo mga magawa sa board exam kanang mga units god ang uban himuong cm mga ana or inches. So please take note of the mga units. Okay, so we have the formula for the correction. That is equal to CL is equal to the correction measured length over the nominal length. So direct substitution, that would give you a value of, kindly compute, 0.016 times 0.149 meters. Okay. So that is the total correction to be applied to the measured length of line AB. Okay. Then, ang say formula sa CL. So CL is equal to the measured length plus or minus the total correction to be applied. It's equal to ML Mobile Legends plus or minus. Okay, so unsay gikuan dito, measured siya, di ba? And the tape is too long. So unsa atong rule?
Add, sir.
I-add siya. Okay, so 465.285 plus this value 0.149, that would give you a value of 465.44 plus 465 point, wait, 465.285 plus
434, sir.
434. Okay. 465.434 meters. So that is the correct length of line from A to point B. So, okay. For problem number 2, kindly read Mr. Christopher Lloyd Mercado. Kini atong mga bibo na estudyante sa sa YouTube. Lloyd Mercado, kindly read number 2. Okay, di ka ba na magbasa si Lloyd? Si Tracy, Miss Tracy Amor Andres.
Yes, sir. A rectangular lot was
Kindly read
measured.
problem number 2.
Okay, sir. A rectangular lot was measured using a 50-meter steel tape, which was found to be 0.025 meter too short. If the recorded length and width of the lot are 180.55 meters and 127.062 meters, respectively, determine the following. A. Actual dimensions of the lot. B. Error in area introduced due to the erroneous length of tape.
Okay, so understand. So lot was measured again using a nominal length of 50 meters tape. Then specify that is too short. Okay. So, sa atong paint. Okay, problem number 2. So let's write the mga given. So NL equal to 50, of course. Then the correction 0.025 meters. So morning correction per tape length, with the tape being too short. Then the width The lot is given a width of 127.062 meters. One hundred 455 meters. So this is the width and the length. Okay, for the problem number letter A, determine the actual dimensions of the lot. So for applying for the correction, so we will take by each side, so by width and length. So separate natin siya kuhaon. So for the corrections on the width, so itong formula nato is corrections ml over nl. So correction, that is 0.025. Then the width over the nominal length of 50. So that would give us a value of 0.025 times 127.60 by 50. 0.064 meters. Okay. So that would be the correction to be applied sa width. And for the length, same formula, 0.025 times length 180.455 divided by 50. So that would give us a value of 0.09 meters. So morning total correction to be applied to the length. Okay. So for the correct line CL, so sa width sa ata mag-start. So what is the correct width? So that is the tape is too short. So 127. So the value of the measured value is 127.062. So tape is too short and specified is line is measured. So unsa ibuhat nato, plus or minus?
Subtract, sir.
Sir.
Okay, deduct nato no. 0.06 4. So that would give us a value of so the correct width is 126.998 meters. Okay, for the length, so 180.455 minus the correction for length is 0.09. Again, tape is too short.
180.365.
Okay. Uy, nabuhay si Christopher.
Hinay lang yung dance.
Okay. 365 meters. Okay. So, ano lang kasimple, no? So, any questions so far? More on direct substitution lang, no? Then, for letter B, sino nakabutang dito sa B? Determine the error in area introduced due to the erroneous length of the tape. So, area na. So for the area, for a rectangular is length times width. So that is the original 180.455 times 127.062. So the original area is 200.
22,905, sir.
22,928.973 square meter. So that is the base on the uncorrected dimensions. No? Then so the corrected area would be, so using these corrected dimensions, so the corrected area, corrected. So length times 126.98 times 180.365. So that is equals to 22,905.994 square meters. So, pero ang gipungutana is about the error. So, the error in area introduced due to the erroneous length of the tape. Okay, so the error would be, saan man na siya?
Subtract.
Okay, subtract lang nato itong duha kay area, no? The corrected and the uncorrected the area. So, subtract nato ning duha. So, the original 22,928.7 minus this area, the corrected area. So, it would give us an error of
23.9798, sir.
23.
23.98.
So, murag min sobra kagkuan. Isa ka number. 22.979 square meters. So that is the area in the error in area introduced by tape. So that's it. Okay, for problem number 3, so that would be part of your assignment number 2. So please take note, then I will post na lang ni sa Canvas. Okay, any questions so far? Nakakuan pa man, no? Nakakuan pa ang tanan. Okay, then we have the another corrections. So it's about due to slope. So correction due to slope. So when distances are measured along the slope, the equivalent horizontal distance may correspondingly be determined by applying an approximate slope correction. So muna siyang S. S is the measured slope distance between points A to B. So this point A to B. So this is S. The H is the difference in elevation between A and B. Okay. And the D is the equivalent horizontal distance. CH is the slope correction or the difference between the slope length and the horizontal distance. So mauni siya ang CH or the corrections due to slope. That is equal to S minus D. Nganong S minus D man siya? Kasi siya pag-arrive. So by Pythagorean theorem, no? Nakuha siya by rules of trigonometry. So imagine this is a circle. So this is a radius. So in any part of the circle, so that would be equal to S. So this part, so S, since kini nga total is equal to S. So S minus D, so that would be equal to CH. Mao na siya nakuha. Okay. So what are the corrections due to slope? So we have the following formula. So by Pythagorean theorem. So s squared is equals to d squared plus h squared. Then we will just transpose. So dili lang na ako siya i-discuss diyon siya pagkuha, no? Basta using na lang sa Pythagorean theorem. Then using that formula, it would give us these three formula for gentle slopes. It's not more than 20%. So we have the formula for slope correction that is equal to h squared divided by 2s. And for steep slopes between 20 to 30%, the slope correction is equal to h squared divided by 2s plus h raised to the fourth divided by 8s cubed. And for very steep slopes, the slope corrections is equal to s multiplied by 1 minus cosine theta. Okay. So we have some example here. Correction due to slope example. Kindly read Mr. Jess Bangkuang.
Question number 1, sir.
Yes, number 1.
Slope distance AB and BC measures 330.49 meter and 660.67 meter respectively. The differences in evaluation are 12.22 meters for points A and B and 10.85 for point B and C. Using the approximate slope correction formula for gentle slopes, determine the horizontal length of line ABC. Assume that line AB has rising slope and BC has a falling slope.
Okay, assume that line AB has a rising slope and BC has a falling slope. Okay, specify now gentle slopes. So some formula sa gentle slopes. So we have slope correction is equal to h squared divided by 2s. Okay. So para mas masabtan, always make a diagram, no? So from point slope distance A, B measures 330.49 and 650. Assume that line AB has a rising slope and BC has a falling slope. So example is the point A, rising slope from point A to point B. So gentle slope less than 20 degrees. Then B to C is for falling slope. Then given ang distance or the slope for A to B is 330.49. Then 660.67. So dapat dahil taas dahil nino. Nasang erase. So dapat taas. $600.6. 660.67 meters. So the difference in elevations are 12.20 from point A to B. So is 12.22 and 10.85 for point B and C. So from point B and C, vamos kamay. 10.85. So, mga given. Okay, using the approximate slope correction, so CH so ang sa tong formula dito, ano pong tawag?
CH is equal to H squared over 2S.
2S. Okay, assume that an AB has rising slope. Sige, pangita gani. Horizontal length of A, B, and C. So, mo ni ang gipangita di ay horizontal length of A, B, and C. So, gi-specify man no, by using the gentle slopes or the slope correction formula. So, pero kung wala siya gi-specify, dali na siya by Pythagorean theorem, no? Or by cosine law. Pwede rin siya makuha dayong. Okay, so we will compute for this distance, horizontal distance 1. Then the horizontal distance 2. So using the slope, S1 is equal to, katong formula nato sa CH. Diba?
H squared, sir.
H squared, diba?
2S.
So that is H squared. 12.22 gentle slope divided by 2S. 2 times 330.49. So that is the slope correction for gentle slope. Then atong formula sa H1 is equal to S minus CH, no? So the slope distance is equal to 330.49 okay, minus kini slope correction. So the value of H1 is equals to 12.22 squared divided by 2 times 330.49 30.49 330.26 meters. So that is the horizontal distance from point A to point B. Then for H2, from point B to C, so same formula lang gihapon. So S2, the slope from B to C, minus H2 squared, slope from B to C, by 2 times S from point B to C. So that is equivalent to 660.67 minus 10.85 squared divided by 2 times 660.97. So it would give us a value of 660.88 meters. So the total horizontal distance from point A, B, C is add lang natin yung duha H1 plus H2. So total horizontal distance so 330.86 plus 660.88. So that is 991.14 meters. So that is the horizontal distance length from A, B, and C. Kindly check using Pythagorean theorem. Square root of 330.49 squared less 12.22 squared plus square root of 660.67 minus 10 squared minus 10.85 squared. So dapat same lang diya po ng magawas. Kasi nag-check using Pythagorean theorem. Plus points. Okay, kuha na lang sa chat kung same lang. Okay, for problem number 2, that would be part of your assignment. Correction slope number 2. $991.21 meters sa Pythagorean theorem, Jeselito. Opo, sir. Okay. So, same na ba sa uba? 991.21. So, naigamay na difference, no? Okay. So, assignment part 9 sa assignment number 2. Okay. Next is we have the corrections due to alignment. So, usually, error due to alignment is the least important among the different errors. So, murag negligible na kayo siya. Wala na siya gina-considered during taping. So, atmosphere aligning a tape is not extremely important since the error is practically negligible for measurements of ordinary precision. So, no need to look for the corrections due to alignment. Pero usually sa mga dagko o no, sa mga taas na surveys, dako siya impact. Kaya once na mamali kag alignment sa layouting, mamali na to ng layout nimo. So in layouting, importante gihapon ng alignment. Make sure na dapat correct gid ang inyong alignment. Kaya once na mamali ang location sa building, mali na tanan. Kaya mali na ang paghukay sa pundasyon, sa mga beams, positioning, wala na, mali na tanan. Pero wala siya error, wala siya correction. So dapat lang, precise lang ang imuhang pag-align from point 1 to point 2. Okay. Then another corrections is due to temperature. So the tape lengthens as temperature rises and shortens as temperature falls. So tama ni due to science, no? So nagataas, habang pag kung mainit ang panahon, so humahaba yung tape. Pero kung malamig, umiiksi naman yung tape. Lalo kung ang tape niyo is metal, no? So that is physics. So the corrections due to temperature Ct is equal to Cl T times L multiplied by T minus Ts. So where C is the coefficient of linear expansion, so C. or the amount of change in length per unit length per degree change in temperature. Then L is the length of the tape of length of the line measured. So length of the tape of length of line measured. Okay, and T is the observed temperature of the tape at time of measurement, and the TS is temperature at which the tape was standardized. So standardized na temperature sa tape. So dapat pa kuhaon ang temperature sa tape, no? During measurement. So dapat na dala-dalang thermometer during survey. Okay. Wait lang break sa kadali. 1 minute lang. Okay, so for ordinary taping, para lang sa mga short distances, mostly wala na gina-considered ning corrections due to temperature kay almost negligible man gyapon. Pero kung mga large survey gyapon, dapat consider gyapon ni siyang corrections due to temperature. Okay. The coefficient of linear expansion of tape must be known, so dapat furthermore, when computing the change in length of a tape caused by change in temperature, so if the tape used is made of steel, usually the value of C is 0.0000116 per degree Celsius. So this means that for every 1 degree C rise or fall in temperature, the tape will increase or decrease in length by 0.000116. So muna ang standard value for the coefficient of linear expansion. So thus, the change in length of a tape, 1 meter long for a change in temperature of 1 degree Celsius will be 0.000116. So for a 30 meters tape, the change for 1 degree Celsius will be 30 times 0.000116 or 0.00348 meters. So usually, ang value sa TS daw is taken as 20 degrees Celsius in determining the temperature during taping. So precise reading thermometer should only be used. It is advisable to use 2 thermometers which may be attached near each end of the tape. So the mean temperature reading should always be used when computing the amount of correction. Then design the resulting sign of the CT or the correction should temperature is either positive or negative and is added algebraically to the length measured to obtain the correct length. So a positive value will result if the temperature during the time of measurement is greater than the temperature used during standardization. It also means that the tape was lengthened, expanded, and thus described as too long. So general rule to obtain more accurate measured values, taping should be undertaken when the temperature does not vary significantly from temperature used during standardization. So, mas maganda kung early morning kanang dili kayo init. Okay, so better results are usually obtained when measurements are made on cloudy days, early in the morning or late in the afternoon. So there may be considerable difference between this temperature tape and the air during bright sunny days. Okay, so example sa corrections due to temperature. Kindly read the problem. Miss Jennifer, si Jennifer Ebe. Jennifer, are you present? Wala. Okay. Si Jancel Mombile. Hello, Jancel. Kindly read problem number 1. Wala po. Si Hannah Jane Toro Toro. Kindly read problem number 1. Hannah Jane. Wala po. Puro wala ang mga girls. Sige, si Miss Hamdi Abdul Rahim. Lalaki siguro ni. Si Mr. Hamdi Abdul Rahim. Kindly read problem number 1. Okay, na ay nag-raise of hand si Johnny Hill. Kindly read.
Problem number 1, sir. A steel tip with a coefficient of linear expansion of 0.0000116 divided by 1 degree Celsius is known to be 50 meter long at 20 degrees Celsius. The tape was used to measure a line which was found to be 532.28 meter long when the temperature was 35 degrees Celsius. Determine the following. I-appel pa sir ang A to C.
Yes.
A, temperature correction per tape length. B, temperature correction for the measured line. C, correct length of the line.
Okay. So, halos given tanan, no? So, let's write down again the given. So, given ang coefficient of linear expansion, standard. So, 0.000116 per 1 degree Celsius. So, 4 na 0. Then, nominal length 50 and the temperature, the TS, is 20 degree Celsius. So, the tape is 532.28 meters long when the temperature was 35 degree Celsius. So, 532 meters long daw siya kung ang temperature is 35 degree Celsius. So, for the first required is the temperature correction per tape length. Okay. So, isa sa nato ang mga given, CL. The corrections due to linear expansion is 0.006. 0.016 per 1 degree Celsius. Okay. Then, isa pa ang given. The nominal length of the tape is 15 meters. Per 1 degree Celsius. Then the temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. TS is 20. Then correct for letter A, determine the correction per tape length. So per tape length. Hindi pangita. So unsa atong formula sa correction due to temperature, CT is equal to CL, the actual temperature minus the standard temperature. Okay. So that is equal to C is 0.0000116. So per tape length so ang atong length per tape length is 50 meters. So times 50. So morning value C. Then we have the temperature 35 minus 20 degrees. So what is the value?
Sir.
Ha?
750.
750 times niyo tong kini value ng C. 0.006116. 116. Okay, correct. Si Miss Nova Jane, 0.008 times the value ng C. Wala na ako nakasulat kay taas kayo. So that is positive, no? 87 meters. Per tape length due to temperature. So positive kay the tape daw is too long. And for letter B, temperature correction for the measured line. So karon naman is katong measured line na B. So same formula gihapon, equal to CL multiplied by T minus TS. So that is equal to 0.00016 gihapon. C. So measured line. So the measured line is 532.28 meters. 532.28 meters times T minus TS, 35 minus 20 degrees. So that is equals to, what's the value? 0.0926. Okay. So again, that is positive kay tape is too long, 0.0926 meters. And for letter C,
Burn out mga chicken.
Yun na, sa inyo guys.
Oh, okay, nag-brown out. Ay. Oy, napi mga nabilin. Okay, sorry sa power interruption, nag-brown out. At least na ako'y data, no? So wait lang, nawala akong isa kay screen. Okay, so nawala akong screen. Then for letter C, the correct length of the line. So what would be the correct length of the line? So corrected line is equals to the measured value of 532.28. Then let's add the correction due to temperature. So that is equals to 0.0926. 0.0926. So what is the value of LC? That is 532.37 meters. Okay. Okay, so naima na ako ang correct answer, 3726 meters. Okay, so that is the correct length of the measured line. Okay. And for problem number 2, still take note of degree. So again, this is for your assignment, part of your assignment.
Sir, question sa number 2, sir.
Yes.
Sir, wala i-given na nominal length sa tape, sir.
Na given 50
Tsaka itong number
meters.
2, sir.
Asa na to? Given siya, known to be 50 meters long.
50 meters, sir.
Mao na siya ang nominal.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Wala lang siya naka-specify, no?
Yes, sir.
Tension, temperature. So again, assignment number 2 ning sa temperature. Sulat number 2. So pila na inyong assignment, tulo na ka problem. Brown out. Bakit? Direkto. Okay. So let's have short break muna, 5 minutes. CR break, gusto mag-CR, mag-inom ng tubig, mag-snack, gusto mag-recess. So you may take a break sa balik ta mga 10:10. Okay? Okay, so back to you guys. So nag-check na ako attendance ninyo. Ikuha na akong attendance. Then attendance mode sa mga nabilin. Oh yes, wait. Balik na kuryente. Dali lang. Okay, let's proceed back. So corrections, your attention. So pagka nag-corrections, almost negligible naman yung ibang mga corrections. Then due to tension, so usually ang mga standard na mga type is calibrate na siya So when used in the field during taping, it is elongated, so ginabaan at ginabira siya maayo, or shortened accordingly. So depending on the amount of pull applied on it. So if the pull if the pull is greater than its standard length and an insufficient pull is applied, thus making it too short and applied tension. So this correction for pull is a function of the difference between the applied pull and the standard pull. So nandun siya difference, no? The measured length, the cross-section area of tape, and the modulus of elasticity of the tape length. So the tape stretches in an elastic manner, and since the modulus of elasticity of a material can be expressed as the ratio of a unit stress to unit elongation. So the change in length can be determined as follows. So we have the formula for the modulus of elasticity. So your mechanics. So the formula is CP, or the corrections due to stress. P, denote as P, is equal to the difference between PM, that is the pull applied, and the PS, or standard pull, multiplied by the measured length of the line, divided by cross-sectional area of the tape by modulus of elasticity of the tape material. So different kinds of material, tape materials. So nasa lahi-lahi na modulus of elasticity. And the L prime, which is considered as the corrected length of the measured line in meters. Okay. So direct substitution lang gihapon sa sa mga formula. So let's check how to apply corrections due to tension. Okay. Welcome back, Dorek. Okay, Mr. Karil, kindly read problem number 1.
Okay. A heavy 50, number 1. A heavy 50-meter tape having a cross-sectional area of 0.5 centimeter squared has been standardized at a tension of 5.5 kilogram. If E is equals to 2 times 10 times 10 raised to 6 kilogram per centimeter squared, determine the elongation of the tape if a pull of 12 kilogram is applied.
Okay, so let's again list down all the given. Ay, pasok ang ano. Paint. Mhm. Okay. So given is the nominal length of a 50-meter tape having a cross-sectional area of 0.05 centimeters. So cross-sectional area is given as 0.05. So kindly note, no, wala na ako na change tong dire problem, which has been a tension of 5.5 kilogram. So that is the pressure. So that is the standard. So naka-specify naman sa problem is standardized at attention. So that is would be the standard pool of 5.5 kilogram. Then the modulus of elasticity, that is 2.1 times 10 raised to 6 kilogram per square centimeter. Then the standard length is given as 50 meters. Okay, na ba given na ano, measured, walay given na. So the term the elongation of the tape, the pool of 12 kilogram is applied. So this is the applied pressure or tension. That is 12 kilogram. So the required is the elongation or the CP. So atong formula is CP PM minus PS times L by AE. Okay, so wala may measured or laid out distance na. So the substitution, so ang require is the correction due to tension. So the formula is CP P PM minus PS times L AE. So CP would be PM, that is the 12 kilograms. That is the applied minus PS 5.5. Divided by, what is the L? So naka-specify is 50 meters. Tape times 50 meters. Divided by the cross-sectional area, 0.05. 0.05 square centimeter. Times 2.10 so kilogram. So cancel ang cm, kilogram, cancel. cell. So, mag-gawas na unit is 50. So, the value is 12 minus 5.5 times 50 equals divided by 0.05 times 2.1 is out of 6. So that is equal to 0.0031. Meters. So that is the elongation of the tape if it full of 12 kilogram is applied. Okay. For problem number 2, again, for problem number 2, that would be part of your assignment. Protection due to tension. Okay. So, wala pa any questions so far? Any questions? So, kung wala, at sa correction due to sag. The correction due to sag is the difference in length between the arc formed, so arc formed by the tape and the subtending cord. So in determining this correction, the arc is assumed to be a parabola. So always assume as parabola. And is computed with sufficient precision by the formula. So a tape attains its correct length when it's fully supported. So kung tama imong pagkabira and it's fully supported, so tama jud ang iyahang horizontal length. And is subjected to the pull for which it was standardized. So if the support is only at its ends or at the 2 points measured, it will sag. So another is sag, magsag siya. So it will sag even if the standard pull is maintained because of its own weight. So the tape takes the form of a catenary when it sags between points of support, just an electric or telephone wire which hangs and swings loosely between two posts. So usually kung point, example is ang tape, gibira daw from point A to B. So do ka ends lang. So naadun siya ma-develop na sag, magsag din siya kadugay, no? Pero kung sa flat na ground, maiwasan ma-minimize ang ang sag. Pero kung butani mag-support na po dire sa middle, so moan agaya po na ang tape. So tendency is always na siya sag. Lalo kung above sa waist ang tape. So the formula is given as CS, which is correction due to sag, or the difference between the tape reading is equal to W squared times L cubed divided by 24P squared, or another formula, W squared times L divided by 24P squared. So small w is weight of tape per unit length in kilograms. So that is the weight of tape per unit length. And big W is the total weight of tape between supports. Okay, so please take note of the difference of the 2W, and the L is the interval between supports or the unsupported length of the tape. So that is the length nila. So kung from point A to B, so the L would be the distance from point A to B. Pero kung nakapay another support dire, so that is length 1, length 2. Okay, from support man, from one support to another support. Okay. So let's have some example. And I note the weight. Equation 1 is employed when the weight of tape per unit length W is given. So kung kining small W is given and the values of L and P are known. So kung known ang L o P, so if instead the total weight of tape between supports W is given, equation 2 is used. So depende sa given kung small W or the total weight of tape is given. So whenever the tape is held above the ground, it will always sag, and the effect is that of shortening the tape. So by applying corrections, we can only reduce the error. However, these errors are not determined exactly. So when conditions allow, it is preferable to measure on the ground where the tape is supported throughout its entire length to avoid the effects of sag. Okay. So kung horizontal sa ground, wala siya sag. So no need to consider the corrections due to sag. Okay. Let's go to example number 1. Kindly read, Rosel, mabasa, Miss Rosel. Si Jennifer. Jennifer.
Hello, sir.
Okay, Rosel, kindly read problem number 1.
Okay. Dumobra ko, sir.
Yes, loud and clear.
A 30-meter tape is supported only at its end and under a steady pull of 8 kg. If the tape weighs 0.91 kg, determine the sag correction and the correct distance between the ends of the tape.
Okay. So let's So 30 meters tape is supported only at its ends. So at its ends. So from dulo to dulo. So let's say this point A, the point B. So diha lang siya gi-support daw from end to end. So ang tendency mahitabo is na dyan siya isag. Okay, dili perfect. So that is the horizontal. Ay, kapangit ba? Ayan, much better. Okay. So support at one end to end. So given steady pull of 8 kilograms. So that is P. Eight kilogram. If the tape weighs is equal to 0.91 kilograms, so what, nasa na siya? If the tape weighs, it's the total or the unit weight or tape length? What is given? W or small w? If the tape weighs, so what's about tibok tape? So that is big W is 0.91 kilogram. and the length is 30 meters. So determine the sag correction and the correct distance between the ends of the tape. So pag dako na W, the formula would be equation number 2. So CS is equal to W squared times L divided by 24 P squared. Okay, so for on direct substitution gihapon, so that is equals to 0.91. Like a challenge ni mga error, no? More on direct substitution lang. Times the length, which is 30 meters. Divide by 24. P squared of 8. So the correction due to sag between the end supports is equal to 0.91 squared. Ano ba yung answer? 0.91 squared times 30 divided by 24, 8 squared. So that is equals to 0.016. Okay, 162 meters. Okay. Thank you, so correct. Then for letter B, so what is the correct distance between the ends of the tape? So the distance is 30 meters. So L prime is equal to L so what is due to sag between time and support? Is equal to minus CS, the correction due to sag. So 30 meters minus, mali. Point 0.160 meters. So the correct length, correct distance at the ends of tape is equals to what's the value? 29.9838. Okay, 29.98. Okay, thank you, Ms. Tracy. 29.9838 meters. So that is the correct distance. So always please take note na the effect of sag always causes shortening of tape. So always siya lagi niyang basta ba may sag, gina-shorten niya ang tape, no, ginapa-reduce niya ang length. So therefore, kaya hence the correct length between the tape and is determined by subtracting the sag. So always subtract the sag correction from the indicated measured length or the nominal length of the tape. So always siya negative. Okay. Then let's have another problem. Okay. Problem number 2. Kindly read Miss Jennifer Ebe, na anak ka? Jennifer?
Naa, sir.
Okay,
Number 2.
Yes, number 2.
A 50-meter steel tape weighs 0.04 kilogram per meter and is supported at its end point and at the 8 meter and 24 meter marks. If a pull of 6 kg is applied, determine the following. A. Correction due to sag between the 0 meter and 8 meter mark, 8 meter and 25 meter marks, and the 25 meter and 50 meter marks. B. Correction due to sag for one tape length, and C. Correct distance between the ends of the tape.
Okay, so let's apply. So, dito na ito itong mga given. Ayan. Okay. So, 50 meters deep. So, saan ways? Small W or dako na W?
Big W, sir.
Ha? Dako?
Waste mo, sir, no?
Oh, kini na value 0.04 kg per meter. Miss Tracy?
Dako, sir.
Dako. Okay. Given siya is small W siya no kay per unit. So namin nakabutang dire weighs. Thank you Miss Nova Jane, that is small 0.04 kg per meter. So please take note pag ingani ang given na unit, so ibig sabihin per unit weight, so kilogram per meter, so small siya. Pero kung ingani the tape weighs kilogram lang, so that is dako na W. So kung ingani siya na ay per unit per meter or per cm ana siya, so small W na siya. Okay? So given small W. So equation number 1 atong gamiton no. 0.04. Then asa pa ang given? The length. What is given as 50 meters. Then asa pa given? The P is given as 6 kilograms. Okay. What else? Ang mga length niya. So we have the total length of the is 50. Then pila ka support to siya? 8. And sa 24 na ay support 8 at 24 and 25. Correction dito sa between the 0, 8, 25, and so let's point. So this is at 0.0 support, and another at 0.24. This is 25. Then at 8 meters, 0 and 25. Another at 50. So at end, so from 0 to 50. Then at the 8 meters and 25 marks. So, right. So mo doon na ang mga na-support. So, diha na mga length is na ay sag. Okay. So, from 0 to 8, then 8 to 25, and 25 to 50. And this is the horizontal distance. Okay. So this are the support at ends and the intermediate support at the middle. So let's denote this as L1. This is the support L2 and L3. Okay. So total L is 50. So L1 is equal to 8 meters. So that is 0 minus 8. Then 8 minus 25. That is 17 meters. And L3 is 25 minus 50 is 25. Okay. For question letter A, determine the following corrections due to sag between so each length. So isa-isa kuhaonin mo daw ang corrections due to sag. So using equations number 2, so that is CS is equal to small w by 24 p squared. Okay, for L1, the value for the correction due to sag is 0.04. So let's denote this as CS1, 0.04 squared times the length of 8 meters times 24 and the P of 6 kilogram squared. So the value is equals to, what's the value? For CS2, same equation times length 2 is 17 meters. Ay, cube din eh. Sorry, cube. 24 P 6 squared. So what is the value for the sag corrections at 0.2? Then for CS3, that is equal to 0.04 squared. So for CS1, we have an answer of 0.0144. Nasa today, 1.1422. Asa na ano? Sag correction times 25. By 24 6 squared. So what is the value? So correction due to from 0.0 to 8, then 825 and 17. So anyone? CS1, what is the value of the correction due to slope? 0.0001. Okay. Zero 4 squared times 8 times 6 squared. So wala pa nakuha correct answer. 0.001 sa CS1, sir. Okay, wala pa nakakuha. Cube na siya kanang L. Okay, nakuha si Dave 0.009. 0.009. Okay. Then sa CS2 is kuha lang og sa ka-0. Brush shapes. Zero 9. So correct si Dave. Then 0.0091 meters. Then CS3 is 0.0289 meters. So make sure to include the units. Kaya pag wala units, usually wrong gihapon na siyang answer. Okay? For letter B, so you need to determine the sag for one tape length. So sa tibuok. So as a whole, so the total corrections due to sag. So total is i-add lang niyo siya from 1, 2, and 3. So the total CS is equal to CS1 plus CS2 plus CS3 is equals to 0.009 plus 0.0091 plus 0.0289 is equal to 0.0389 meters. Okay, then for letter C, correct distance between the ends of the tape. So C, so the correct length minus CS that is 50 meters minus CS of 0.0389 is equivalent to 49.9611 meters. Okay, so nakuha tanan. Okay, let's proceed to problem number 3. So a 50 meter steel tape weighs 0.035 kilogram per meter. It's constantly supported at mid-length and its endpoints, and it's used to measure a line AB with a steady pull of 6.5 kilograms. If the measured length of AB is 1,268.2256, determine the following. A, correction due to sag between supports and for the whole tape length. And B is total sag correction for the whole length measured and the correct line of AB. So for problem number 3, so sheet work siya. I'll give you 10 minutes to submit your answer. So first, top 10 na maka-submit og answer diri sa sa chat box have a plus points. Okay? Time starts now. Sheet work niya, problem number 3. So akong dawaton is first 10 student na makasubmit sa correct answer. Then ang computations would be submitted sa Canvas. So magbutang ko kuan dito. Folder para sa sheet work. Okay. Okay. First top 10 with plus points sa quiz. Deadline sa submission sa solution sa sheet work is today hangtod 11:59 PM inang gabi. So submit lang yung solution sa Canvas. So na nakigibuhat na kuan dito folder. O asa niyo i-submit.
So kini lang kining item sir.
Oh, number 3 lang kay sheet work man eh. Pero akong dawaton diri karon is katong top 10 nga student makasubmit sa correct answer. Top 10 na correct ha, correct. Dili porke nakasabit mo una-una then mali di ay. So dili siya consider, okay? Dapat correct ang A, B, C. Answer lang sa A, B, and C. Ang inyong ihatag. Yes, Miss Jancel Mambili. My question?
Napindot lang, sir.
Okay, sige. If you have some answers, input lang sa diri sa chat, A, B, C. Then with units.
Pwede man
Okay,
po
so
ubab.
time. Nay, naka-answer ba? So, wala pa yung nag-submit. O, si Tracy Amor Andres. Okay. Siya nakasubmit.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, ang kataw kong i-answer mo na to, sir.
Yan sa ni Ariel Rubio. Okay.
Ito, letter A to, sir.
Okay. Then ang solution niyo submit sa sa Canvas. Ano kay folder gibutang dito under sheet work number 1. Unyang gabi ang deadline. O, di lang ko mo ingon kung correct or wrong ang answer. Sige, extend tag mga 10 minutes. Okay, time's up. So, naalay tulod rin nag-submit. So, the rest, you can submit your solution sa Canvas na lang. Okay, so kinin silang tulo. Let me check po kung correct lang answer. Then I will give them a plus point direct sa quiz on Monday. Okay. So, that's all for today. So, we will just continue na lang our discussion on next meeting. So, gamay naman lang ni. So, para lang next Friday, Friday, para mahuman na lang ato hang kining measurement of horizontal distance. Okay. Sana ay nadungag. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, that's all. So, any questions so far? Lalo sa sa field work number 1. So sa field work number 1, each member of the groups must okay, nawala ko. Patay. Okay, so asa na ganito? Ito sa sa fieldwork number 1, individual pacing na magkuha din ang pinaka dool sa correct na pacing factor sa correct distance. Mao nang i-submit niyo. So isa lang ito na pinaka correct. Then sa field book or sa engineering book, katong individual pacing ang inyong ibutang dito sa field book. So make sure na mo ingon ay na field book ka nakapalit na mo. Engineers field book. So diri nyo ibuta ang activity 1 ay field work number 1, then sulat ninyo ang trial, no? Then dapat na sketch or drawing, no, makita ba? And the case factor, then the computations. So mao lang to. Okay, so kung wala na questions, thank
Sir?
you. Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
clarification lang, sir. Pila gid ka decimal places ang gamiton, sir?
Pwede na tulo. Minimum of tulo.
Sige, sir. Thank you.
Sir, what if walay field notebook, sir? Wala pa ni abot ang order, sir. Okay lang, like, ang field notebook is wala man ni deadline pa, no? Ang ginapa-deadline naman ako i-submit is katong per group. So, kining field book is i-submit na ni before final examinations. Kung ano na ko siya tanan. Kada student. Okay? So, any more question? So, kung wala na, you may now leave the virtual classroom and see you again on next Friday. Sa Friday, magkita ta siguro mga 10 to 11 kay ato lang tiwason ning measurement of horizontal distance para next week proceed na ta sa angle measurement. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day. Wait lang, screenshot day ko na ako. Okay, print screen. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.